Hello and a very warm welcome to the brand new edition of Parliament This Week, your weekly roundup of all important developments in Parliament. I'm Kriti Mishra, and now let's begin the show. So 10 candidates were elected unopposed to the Rajya Sabha from Uttar Pradesh on Monday. 8 of them belong to the BJP, while 1 each from the Samajwadi Party and the BSP. Meanwhile, senior BJP leader Naresh Bansal was declared elected unopposed to the Rajya Sabha from Uttarakhand. Here's a detailed report. Results for biennial elections to 10 Rajya Sabha seats in Uttar Pradesh and 1 seat in Uttarakhand were declared on 2nd November. All 10 candidates were elected unopposed for 10 Uttar Pradesh seats. These include 8 candidates of the Bharatiya Janata Party and 2 candidates of Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party. The BJP candidates elected are Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, Arun Singh, Haridwar Dubey, Brij Lal, Neeraj Shekhar, Geeta Shakya, Seema Dwivedi and B.L. Verma. Professor Ram Gopal Yadav of Samajwadi Party was declared unopposed, while the BSP's Ramji Gautam was also elected to the upper house. Senior BJP leader Naresh Bansal was declared elected unopposed to Rajya Sabha from Uttarakhand. Polling for 10 UP seats and 1 Uttarakhand seats was scheduled to be held on November 9th. However, the candidates were declared elected unopposed on Monday, the last day for withdrawal of candidature. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV. And moving on now, the 8 department-related parliamentary standing committees of Rajya Sabha have reported a marked improvement in their functioning in respect of duration of meetings and attendance during 2019-20. These committees clocked the best performance of the last 3 years. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has often appealed to the parties to ensure that members attend the parliamentary standing committee meetings regularly.
The Secretariat has analysed the functioning of the committees of Rajya Sabha during the last 3 years as desired by Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu. The 8 department-related parliamentary standing committees of Rajya Sabha met for an average duration of 2 hours, 10 minutes per meeting during 2019-20, crossing the 2-hour mark for the first time. This marks an improvement of 55% over that of 2018-19 and a hike of 25% over the average of previous 2 years. The average duration has been 1 hour 25 minutes during 2018-19 and 1 hour 51 minutes during 2017-18. The average attendance in the total 117 meetings of these 8 committees comes to 49.2% during 2019-20, again the best of the last 3 years. The average attendance crossed the halfway mark with 50.73% for the first time during first half of 2019-20. It, however, came down to 41.15% in the meetings held in the second half during pandemic period, making a decline of over 9.5%. However, the committees met for an average duration of 2 hours 23 minutes during the pandemic. Chairman Naidu has been regularly reviewing the functioning of these committees and shared some of his concern with the chairman of these committees. During this year, the number of meetings held with the attendance of 50% or more members in each committee increased to 46.15% of the total, as against 14% and 30% during previous 2 years, respectively. The number of meetings held without the required quorum has declined to 10% this year, the lowest of last 3 years. These 8 committees met for a total duration of 254 hours, 27 minutes this year, the longest in last 3 years. During 3 years period of 2017 to 20, the 8 committees of Rajya Sabha held a total of 300 meetings over a duration of 571 hours and 22 minutes. The 3-year average duration of meeting has been 1 hour 54 minutes and the average attendance being 45.35%. During 2019-20, the Committee on Home Affairs has met for the longest duration of 47 hours 27 minutes, followed by Committee on Health and Family Welfare, 42 hours and 22 minutes, and Committee on HRD, 40 hours 44 minutes. During 2017-20, the Committee on HRD met for the longest duration of 100 hours 5 minutes, followed by Home Affairs, 87.17 hours, Transport, Tourism and Culture, 80.11 hours, Health and Family Welfare, 76.15 hours, Commerce, 70.17 hours, Science and Technology and Environment and Forest and Climate Change, 68.47 hours, Pensions, Public Grievances, Law and Justice, 52.19 hours, and Industry, 36 hours 11 minutes. Each department-related standing committee has 10 members from Rajya Sabha and 21 members from Lok Sabha and are reconstituted in September every year. While 8 committees are headed by members of Rajya Sabha, 16 are led by Lok Sabha members. Kriti Mishra's report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And let's talk about the IPU. So Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla led Indian parliamentary delegation to the 206th session of Governing Council of Inter-Parliamentary Union from 1st to 4th of November 2020. The delegation also had Lok Sabha MP Poonamben Madhav and Rajya Sabha MP Swapan Dashgupta. It was an extraordinary virtual session due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. Portuguese Member of Parliament Direito Pacheco has been elected as President of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. The term of the new IPU President will be from 2020 to 2023. Here's a detailed report.
Direito Pacheco, Portuguese Member of Parliament, was elected as the President of the Inter-Parliamentary Union at the 206th session of the Governing Council. Pacheco was elected with 56% votes. He defeated candidates from Pakistan, Uzbekistan and Canada to win a 3-year term, which will last till 2023. The election process for the selection of IPU President took place through remote electronic secret ballot with a window of 24 hours for casting votes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, who was leading an Indian parliamentary delegation to the 206th session of the Governing Council of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, congratulated Pacheco for his election. In a message, Speaker Birla said Pacheco's selection will help in building a stronger and more focused inter-parliamentary union. IPU is a global organization of national parliaments and comprises of 13 regional parliamentary bodies and 179 national member parliaments. It facilitates parliamentary diplomacy and empowers parliaments and parliamentarians to promote peace, democracy and sustainable development around the world. Prior to 206th Governing Council session, a virtual meeting of the Asia-Pacific Geopolitical Group of IPU consisting of 36 nations was also organized. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And moving on now, the Joint Parliamentary Committee formed to examine and provide recommendations to the Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 held its meeting during the week. The committee is eliciting the views of various stakeholders on the bill.
The Joint Committee on the Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 held its meeting on Wednesday. Oral evidence by the representatives of Geo Platforms Limited on the Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 was on the agenda. On Thursday, the panel heard from the representatives of Ola and Uber Technologies on the Personal Data Protection Bill. Meanwhile, on Friday, it heard from representatives of Bharti Airtel Limited and Truecaller on the Personal Data Protection Bill. The Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 intends to regulate the processing or usage of individuals' data by the state and private entities. The bill seeks to provide for protection of personal data of individuals and establishes a data protection authority for the same. The bill also governs the processing of personal data by government, companies incorporated in India, and foreign companies dealing with personal data of individuals in India. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Urban Development met on Friday. The panel is examining and will report on air pollution in urban areas, including Delhi NCR. The panel is headed by Lok Sabha MP Jagdambika Pal.
On the agenda was the hearing of evidence from representatives of the Ministries of Housing and Urban Affairs, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Health and Family Welfare, and also officials of the Central Pollution Control Board and state governments of Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Punjab on steps taken to prevent air pollution in Delhi and NCR, with emphasis on finding a permanent solution to the air pollution in the region. The panel also heard testimony on the implementation of Street Vendors, Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act 2014. Representatives of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and the state governments of Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Punjab were heard on this issue. The committee is expected to examine subjects like management and planning of urban transport services and infrastructure and implementation of various metro projects and available alternatives. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament held its meeting on Thursday. It heard from the representatives on the preparedness for the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals based on the Comptroller and Auditor General's report. The committee is headed by Lok Sabha MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Here are the details.
At the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, representatives of Niti Aayog and Ministry of Statistics and Programme provided oral evidence on the CAG's report on preparedness for implementation of Sustainable Development Goals. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India recommended a comprehensive charter and action plan with well-defined milestones to achieve this target. Countries around the world have a decade to achieve the Global Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. India has expressed its commitment to the goals on several forums and has taken steps to meet the targets. The Public Accounts Committee is constituted every year under Rule 308 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha. It consists of not more than 22 members, 15 elected from the Lok Sabha every year through proportional representation by means of single transferable vote, and not more than 7 from the Rajya Sabha. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the first meeting of the Standing Committee on Finance 2020-21 was held on Thursday. After the reconstitution of the Parliamentary Standing Committees, Lok Sabha member Jayant Sinha has been appointed as the chairman of the committee.
The committee considered the selection of subjects for examination during the year 2020-21. Oral evidence of Finance Ministry representatives on the provisions of Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill 2020 was also on the agenda. Members representing the Upper House in the Committee on Finance are Rajiv Chandrasekhar, A. Navneet Krishnan, Prafulla Patel, Dr. Amar Patnaik, Mahesh Poddar, C.M. Ramesh, Bikash Ranjan, GVL Narsimha Rao, Dr. Manmohan Singh and Ambika Soni. Members from Lok Sabha on the Committee of Finance are S.S. Aluwalia, Sukhbir Singh Badal, Subhash Chandra Baheria, Srirang Appa Barne, Dr. Subhash Ram Rao Bhamre, Sunita Duggal, Gaurav Gogoi, Sudhir Gupta, Darshana Vikram Jardosh, Manoj Kishore Bhai Kotak, Pinaki Mishra, Saugata Ray, P.V. Midhun Reddy, Gopal Chanaya Shetty, Jayant Sinha, Kirit Premji Bhai Solanki, Manish Tiwari, Balashori Vallabh Naini, Rajesh Verma, Pravesh Sahib Singh Verma and Girdhari Yadav. The Standing Committee on Finance examines matter concerned with Department of Economic Affairs, Financial Services Expenditure, Revenue, Investment and Public Assets Management, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Planning, Niti Aayog and Ministry of Statistics and Programme Implementation. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Also, the first meeting of the Standing Committee on Water Resources 2020-21 was held on Friday. After the reconstitution of the committees, Lok Sabha member Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal has been appointed as the chairman of the Committee on Water Resources.
The committee considered the selection of subjects for examination during 2020-21. It also considered and adopted 4 draft reports on action taken by the government on recommendations contained in the report on demands for grants of the Jal Shakti Ministry. Members representing the Upper House on the Committee on Water Resources are Sardar Balwinder Singh Bhundar, Harshvardhan Singh Dungarpur, Mir Mohammad Fayaz, Kirodi Lal Meena, A. Mohammad Jan, Arun Singh, Subhash Chandra Singh, Revati Raman Singh, Pradeep Tamta and N.R. Ilango. From the Lok Sabha, members on the Committee on Water Resources include Vijay Baghel, Bhagirath Chaudhary, Nihal Chand Chauhan, Nandkumar Singh Chauhan, Chandra Prakash Chaudhary, Guman Singh Damor, Hina Vijay Kumar Gavit, Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal, Dr. K. Jaikumar, Kaushal Kishore, Dhanush Kumar, P. Ravindranath Kumar, Muhammad Akbar Lone, K.G. Madhav, Hasmukh Bhai Somabhai Patel, Sanjay Kaka Patil, Deep Singh Shankar Singh Rathore, Nusrat Jahan Ruhi, Agatha Sangma, D.K. Suresh and A. Narayanaswamy. An exclusive standing committee was created on the 5th of August 2004 to give focused attention to issues relating to water resources under Rule 331C of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha. The Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation and Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation are under the jurisdiction of the committee. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla reviewed and inspected construction of the new Parliament building on Saturday. The construction of the new building is likely to be completed by October 2022. A monitoring committee to oversee the day-to-day execution of the construction work of the new building has been constituted. Well, that's all I had for you in this edition of Parliament this week. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Rajya Sabha Television.